Update 0.12.1 is about to change something far more important than the size of Dragonwilds' map. It changes how you move through it. Double jumps, an aerial dash, teleport tethers, lower stamina costs, and shortcuts buried across Ashenfall are all arriving through the new agility skill. Rare weapons are gaining another upgrade path. Combat should require less inventory wrestling. And one unusually fast method of earning woodcutting experience is about to disappear. This is the last update before Scorned Wilderness and the September launch. But it is not simply a waiting room patch. It is the update that teaches Dragonwilds how it wants players to move, fight, and prepare for everything coming next. The obvious headline is that agility is finally coming to Dragonwilds. 6 courses will be placed across Ashenfall, each built around a timed route of collectible orbs. You can repeat them for experience, chase leaderboard times, earn gold medal decorations, and unlock gilded versions of regional capes by mastering their courses. That already gives old regions another reason to exist. Bryn Mawr and Gornfell are no longer places you simply outlevel and abandon. They become part of a world-spanning movement system, but the courses are only the visible part of agility. Running normally will also award passive experience, while traveling on a mount will not. As the skill increases, sprinting consumes less stamina. Levels 50 and 75 raise your maximum carrying capacity, and Kebbit Burrows become shortcuts that let you cut through parts of the world. Those tunnels are not entirely safe at low agility either. Failing to squeeze through cleanly can cost health, which means shortcuts begin as a calculated risk before becoming reliable infrastructure. Then the skill starts changing what your character can physically do. Higher levels reduce fall damage through a breakfall roll. Windstep moves from rune crafting into agility and can eventually create a blast when you land, knocking enemies down. You gain an aerial dash for crossing gaps or adjusting position in combat, followed by a full second jump. And those abilities can be chained. Jump, jump again, then dash horizontally. That combination is not simply faster transportation. It changes how cliffs, ruins, enemy attacks, and future puzzles can be designed. Jagex has already said agility will be considered in exploration and puzzle design going forward. In other words, this is not a skill that sits beside the game. It quietly rewrites the rules underneath it. The feature that could become part of almost every serious loadout is recall. You place a runic marker, continue exploring, and then cast the spell again to return instantly to that position. That opens several possibilities immediately. Grabbing supplies without abandoning a location, escaping from a dangerous encounter, or marking a safe position before attempting a difficult descent. Recall also acts as protection from a fatal fall. While tethered, falling to your death sends you back to the marker and consumes it. That matters because Dragonwilds has always made vertical exploration feel slightly more dangerous than it is rewarding. Recall, reduced fall damage, ledge forgiveness, double jumping, and an aerial dash all attack that problem from different directions. The result should be a world that feels less like terrain you endure and more like terrain you learn to control. Movement may be the headline, but the Mystic Forge change is the reason to inspect your storage before the update arrives. Ascension Cores will be used to raise masterwork and vestige weapons into higher tiers. That means a rare weapon, which currently appears to have reached the end of its usefulness, may still have another stage of progression waiting for it. Until the complete recipes and cost are visible, the safest preparation is simple. Keep your strongest masterwork and vestige weapons. Organize your Ascension Cores and avoid spending valuable materials purely to clear storage. This is not about hoarding every weapon you have ever crafted. It is about preserving options before a system arrives that may alter which equipment is worth investing in. Some of Dragonwild's most frustrating combat moments are not caused by enemy difficulty. They happen because the item or spell you need is trapped behind too many inputs. Update 0.12.1 adds a radial hot wheel for controller and keyboard and mouse players, plus a quick cast shortcut that can hold either a spell or an item. Arrows and runes can be cycled during combat without reopening the inventory, and switching from a two-handed weapon back to a one-handed weapon will automatically restore your offhand item. Jumping will cost 10 stamina instead of 20, with agility reducing that cost further. Fall damage begins later. Jumps should behave more consistently under poor network conditions, and a small forgiveness window allows you to jump just after stepping off a ledge. None of this reduces an enemy's health or removes the need to manage stamina. It removes friction between making a decision and seeing your character perform it. There is an important limit here, though. The larger parry changes, special attack meter, animation canceling, sprint attacks, and wands discussed by Jagex are primarily planned for the September 1.0 launch. They should not all be expected in 0.1.2.1. This patch is the first layer of the combat rework, not the entire finished system. The most time-sensitive preparation has nothing to do with agility. Axes are currently dealing incorrect damage to trees because of a misplaced decimal. Since woodcutting experience is connected to that damage, players are receiving disproportionate experience. Update 0.12.1 will restore the intended values and repair related problems involving splinter, astral projection, and tree stumps. That does not turn the remaining time into an invitation to exploit the mistake. It does mean that current woodcutting speed should not be treated as permanent. After the update, progression may feel noticeably slower, but the system is being corrected rather than secretly nerfed. Anyone comparing the two versions without knowing this could easily misunderstand what happened. The Great Body Robbery will become the longest secondary quest currently in Dragonwilds, sending players into Bloodblight Swamp to help Dr. Fenkenstrain with an experiment that has gone badly wrong. The quest rewards a new club, but builders may be more interested in the Pylon. This functional decoration intercepts lightning strikes within an area around it, making storm-prone locations far more practical for permanent construction. Before the patch, it is worth confirming that you have a convenient route into Bloodblight Swamp. A nearby lodestone, basic supplies, and enough inventory space should be more useful than building an elaborate temporary outpost. The best preparation for 0.12.1 is not a giant stockpile. Keep the rare weapons and Ascension Cores that could benefit from the Mystic Forge. Make Bloodblight Swamp easy to reach. Finish any travel-heavy objective you are already close to completing. And when the update arrives, spend some time running rather than immediately climbing onto a mount, because ordinary movement now contributes to agility progression. More importantly, do not rush to grind one course until the skill becomes background noise. Agility has been designed to reward moving through Ashenfall. Learn each course, unlock shortcuts, and allow normal exploration to build experience alongside deliberate training. The skill should become valuable long before you reach its highest unlocks. This update is smaller than Umbral Sands in physical space, but possibly larger in how often you will feel it. Every sprint can become progression. Every ledge becomes more approachable. Old regions gain courses and shortcuts. Rare equipment gains another future. Combat asks for fewer menu interruptions, and Recall gives dangerous exploration a safety line that did not exist before. Scorned Wilderness still arrives with the full launch on September 15th, bringing the confrontation with Kuldra and the game's larger combat overhaul. But 0.12.1 is where Dragonwilds starts preparing the player for that version of itself. It does not change the destination. It changes what your character is capable of on the way there.
Hi.
Yes, hello. Ah, yes, hello.